Bombshell Gooners! Chelsea have just joined Arsenal in the race to sign the player who scored the goal that handed us the Premier League title, and this could turn into a massive London derby transfer battle. But that's not all. Arsenal are ready to sell our longest-serving player this summer after winning the league. Plus, Ian Wright just made an incredibly bold prediction about who will win the Champions League final between Arsenal and PSG. If you want all the details on these massive stories as we prepare for European glory, smash that subscribe button right now, turn on notifications, and let's dive into what could be a historic summer for Arsenal. Let's jump straight into the first story because Chelsea have joined Arsenal in the race to sign Eli Junior Krooppy, the player whose goal handed the Gunners the Premier League title. Krooppy's equaliser for Bournemouth in their 1-1 draw with Manchester City on Tuesday night confirmed Arsenal as champions of England. That moment will live in Arsenal history forever. It has since emerged that Mikel Arteta's side have been tracking the Frenchman for some time. We've been watching him closely all season, impressed by his development. According to the Daily Mail, Chelsea have also made clear they wish to be kept informed on Krooppy's situation this summer, setting up a possible transfer battle between London's two biggest clubs. It would be quite the story if Krooppy ended up at the Emirates after inadvertently winning Arsenal the title. When an Arsenal fan stopped him on the street after the City game and asked him to sign for the club, his beaming smile said everything. Bournemouth, however, are insisting the 19-year-old is not for sale. The club have secured European football for next season under outgoing manager Andoni Iraola, so they're in a strong negotiating position. Krooppy's 13 league goals set a new record for a teenager in their debut Premier League campaign, surpassing the marks previously set by Robbie Fowler and Robbie Keane. That's elite company. Versatile enough to play as a number 9, number 10, or on the left wing, he fits the profile of a modern forward Arteta likes, as does Atletico Madrid's Julian Alvarez. A fee of around £80 million for Krooppy is being mooted. Arsenal's attacking options are expected to be given a significant reshuffle this summer. Gabriel Jesus is expected to depart, and the club are also listening to offers for Gabriel Martinelli. Debate has persisted all season over whether Victor Gyökeres is the right fit for Arteta's system, despite the Swede having now scored 21 goals. Kai Havertz is probably Arteta's preferred number 9, but the German has struggled for fitness. There's no doubt that Krooppy's versatility and natural instinct in front of goal would offer the Gunners something different. Chelsea's involvement may complicate matters, but it's anticipated that Xabi Alonso will target ready-made signings in his first summer window at Stamford Bridge. Whether a 19-year-old, however talented, fits that brief remains to be seen. But for Arsenal, the appeal is obvious, and it's helped by the fact that he's already loved by Arsenal fans without even wearing the shirt. Now let's talk about Gabriel Martinelli, because his time at Arsenal may be coming to an end, with the club understood to be open to offers for the Brazilian winger this summer. According to BBC Sport, Arsenal are expected to listen to offers for Martinelli following their Premier League title triumph. This is significant news about our longest-serving first-team player. It has been another stop-start season for the 24-year-old, who has made 51 appearances across all competitions and scored 11 goals, playing a particularly important role in the team's Champions League run. But he has struggled to displace an ageing Leandro Trossard in the starting 11 and has not shown the clear signs of improvement many had hoped for at this stage of his development. Martinelli's contract runs until 2027, with Arsenal holding a 12-month extension option to protect his value. That's smart business from the club. Transfermarkt value him at €45 million, so the club would hope to recoup £40 to £50 million for the player who has given 7 years of service since joining from Ituano as a teenager. PSG have been linked with the Brazilian, and a deal that suits both clubs has been mooted, particularly given Arsenal's strong interest in Bradley Barcola. A potential swap deal could work for everyone. Whereas last year's transfer business prioritised squad depth, this summer Andrea Berta will be focusing on adding elite quality to the starting lineup, and Barcola fits the bill perfectly. The 23-year-old Frenchman racked up 42 goal contributions in 64 appearances during his time at PSG. Meanwhile, long-term target Anthony Gordon looks increasingly likely to join Bayern Munich, but a shock move for Marcus Rashford should not be entirely ruled out, with the Barcelona loanee's future unresolved. Gabriel Martinelli's sale would go a long way towards funding whichever direction Arsenal choose to go in the transfer market. For the longest-serving first-team player in the Arsenal squad, it would be a bittersweet end to a chapter that began with so much promise back in 2019. But moving on at the right time is exactly what champions do. It's business, and Arsenal are operating like a championship-winning club now. Now let's talk about the Champions League final, because Ian Wright has just predicted who will win between Arsenal and PSG, and his confidence is absolutely infectious. Arsenal are now just one game away from immortality. Mikel Arteta's side have already ended their 22-year wait for a Premier League title, but the season could still become even more historic. The Gunners will face Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League final in Budapest, with both clubs chasing European glory. It's the biggest game the North Londoners have played in nearly 2 decades, and belief around the club is growing stronger by the day. One man who is absolutely convinced Arsenal will get the job done is Ian Wright, our legendary striker. Arsenal's run to the Champions League final has been nothing short of incredible. Arteta's side have overcome some of Europe's best teams and have done so while dealing with injuries and enormous pressure throughout the season. The confidence inside the squad now looks sky high following their Premier League title triumph. That growing belief is clearly shared by Wright, who has been one of the club's loudest supporters throughout the campaign. Now, ahead of the final against PSG, Wright has made an incredibly bold prediction on Arscast. As I sit here now, we are winning the Champions League. 90 minutes in a one-off game with nothing to worry about. We are winning the Champions League. Honestly, many Arsenal supporters will feel exactly the same way right now. We've won the league, we're playing with freedom, and this team looks unstoppable. Winning the Premier League before the Champions League final may end up giving Arsenal a massive psychological advantage over PSG. For weeks, there was pressure surrounding the title race and the fear of Manchester City potentially chasing us down. That pressure is completely gone now. Arsenal can head into the final against PSG with freedom, confidence and absolutely nothing weighing them down mentally. That is dangerous for PSG, because this Arsenal side already looked fearless even before becoming champions. If players like Bukayo Saka, Declan Rice and Eberechi Eze produce their best football in Budapest, Arsenal genuinely have every chance of becoming champions of Europe for the first time ever in the club's history. Alright Gooners, that's all the massive news from today. Now I want to hear from you. Should Arsenal fight Chelsea for Krooppy? Is selling Martinelli the right decision? And do you agree with Wrighty that we're winning the Champions League? Drop all your thoughts in the comments right now. I read every single comment, and your debates are always incredible. Let's get a proper discussion going as we prepare for European glory. And if you enjoyed this breakdown and want every Arsenal update as we chase the Champions League, you absolutely need to hit that subscribe button immediately. Smash it right now and turn on notifications. We're Premier League champions going for the double. Until next time, Gooners, believe in this team and come on you Gunners.